There've already been enough heroes, saints, kings, and martyrs. So an ordinary person.
That's 2 words, but I'll forgive you. And do you want it to be an ordinary villain or an ordinary do-gooder?
Make him a do-gooder. But he can also have some bad traits to make it believable.
Very well. And what kind?
That sounds as if you've already thought of one.
Oh, my. And not just one. But I asked first.
Yeah. Anyone's faults are easy to find.
Especially when that person doesn't even try to hide them.
And what's wrong with that? Would you prefer for people to pretend to be better than they are?
No. But putting your bad habits on display for all to see isn't great either.
Do you know anyone without faults?
Of course not. Whenever I thought that of someone, I was quickly disabused of my illusions.
Who, for example?
I don't need to look far. My father, and my brother as well, have taught me much in this vein.
What actually happened between them? I heard they had a falling out.
Venser was a hothead. He kept urging Father not to put up with insults and stand his ground. Father explained to him in vain that to respond to such provocations would give the king's people an excuse to take from us. Actually, Venser went to defend the city a bit, out of defiance. We didn't even have time to say goodbye.
Tell me more about Kunzlin. What's he like?
Father is the last Ruthard in Kuttenberg. After the death of his son, there remains only a daughter, who will not bear the family name. He doesn't want to go down in history as the weak Ruthard, who gave away his entire estate to Sigismund and ended the family line.
All right. But what's he like, really? As a father?
Wise, caring, considerate, and strict. But it's hard to blame him.
Tell me more about your brother. What was he like?
I had always thought Venser was determined, brave and proud, except he was really more stubborn, short-tempered, and vain. And not a day goes by when I do not think of him. In spite of everything, he was my older brother, and I miss him.
Was he the one who taught you how to shoot a crossbow?
Yes, and also to ride a horse, curse in 3 languages, belch aloud, and other things every proper lady should know.
And Kunzlin certainly also mourns for Venser.
Naturally. As a father, he lost a son. As a Ruthard, he lost his future. There's 2 reasons for mourning.
You speak as if he didn't even have a heart.
If they hadn't quarrelled, Venser might still be here today. But there's no point in going on about it. Back to work. Which bad trait did you choose?
Maybe we'll find something better. Well, let's think about it some more. Well, maybe we'll try something else. There are heaps of stories about men, so I propose one about a woman.
All right, a woman then. But I'd need to know more about her.
Such as...
Tell me one trait that is important for you. What would impress you in a girl?
Well, I admire courage in girls. They're weaker than men, and life is rarely easy for them. But they still don't give up.
Do you know one like that? Tell me about her.
Clara comes to mind. A girl through and through, but kind. She'd do anything for her people. She caused trouble for me at Nebakov when I was there scouting. She tried to hinder me in every way to keep me from learning anything.
I understand why she got your attention. What happened to her?
She died when the Praguers stormed Nebak Fortress. I wasn't there. I only heard about it.
May the Lord rest her soul. Clara, from the Latin clarus, means light.
Yes. That fits her.
Do you remember any others?
Oh, do I? If you only knew Catherine, you'd be surprised. She's tougher than half the men I know. When she gets mad, even demon spawn get goosebumps.
I wouldn't want to tangle with her.
Believe me.
Any other interesting ladies come to mind?
And do you know any interesting girls?
I should say so. For example, the Queen of Sheba, Mary the Prophetess, Hypatia of Alexandria.
I meant ones you really know, not just from books.
It's not my fault they were born before me. But if you want someone living, then Anna of Waldstein. She was widowed young and inherited a heap of groschen from her husband. In just a few years, she made the pile even bigger, because she has a nose for a good deal.
Ugh, you don't see that too often.
There's a lot of gossip about her, too. As if it were criminal for a woman to have more than cooking and washing on her mind.
I think every woman is brave in her own way.
I'd like to hear more about that.
Well, the world is hard enough on them. And now that there's a war going on, they have no way to even defend themselves. When an army storms through some village, they have no choice but to flee or pray. And when the war blows over, they keep on taking care of their families and their men.
Assuming that any come back to them. But you're right otherwise.
Back home in Rattay, there's Teresa from the mill.
That's a nice name.
We go way back to Skalitz. She also survived the raid of Sigismund's army. Later, she saved my life, when a gang of bandits had nearly beat it out of me.
She did that alone?
No, but she called for help. And then she nursed me until I could get back on my feet.
Lord, that sounds like a story of some saint.
Nah, not at all. That's just Teresa, my ordinary flour cake girl from the mill.
Yours? Oh, well, never mind. Let's say we write about a woman who is brave and isn't afraid to say what she thinks. Would she do it for herself or for someone else?
Make her brave for someone she loves. That's much more commendable than if she were only thinking of herself.
You can't disagree with that. And to make things a little more interesting, the love will be secret and forbidden. Because forbidden fruit tastes the sweetest.